Lagos. How are you doing today? This is the follow-up on Adami Mugo 93.1 FM. We promised you for about a week ago that we were going to come back stronger, better, with new energy, new vibes, different conversation. But we told you that it will remain as heated as possible, and we will be opening up perspectives so that you can see what is happening in our nation, what is happening presently. Open up on trending matters, and that is the essence of follow up. Say, hey, welcome. This is follow up, back better, stronger on Adami Mogo 93.1 FM, and I am Sam Olugbeminiyi. So I know that previously you Monday mornings at 10 o'clock you would hear the follow up. Well, now it is 4 p.m. Monday, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays, so you should look out for it. And today, we're going to get straight to business. We've got an interesting conversation to deal with, and my guest has just walked in, and we will kick off this conversation right after this breather. Yes, my guest is in the studio, but let's get straight into the conversation this evening. I know you've had a pretty long time at work, and you're probably driving. You're perhaps trying to wrap up things at work. Just keep your ear down for this conversation because it is one that you do not want to miss. Now, I said we are getting straight into business, and business is that in 2023, the Labour Party with Peter Obi on the ballot won an election that nobody expected, won in Lagos State. Peter Obi polled 582,454 votes, and President Bola Ahmed Tinubu polled 572,606 votes. Like I said earlier, it was stunning. I'm not sure a lot of people predicted that outcome in Lagos State. Fast forward a couple of months after, the Labour Party is stuck and caught in some serious crisis at the leadership level. There is the Lamidi Apapa faction, obviously. There's also the Julius Abure faction, and then a new twist. Nenadi Usman also gets into the mix. Consequently, you have people who leave Labour Party and move on to another party, and that is even fueled further by Peter Obi's exit from Labour Party to the African Democratic Congress, the ADC. And just a few days ago, we received confirmation that the chairperson of the Labour Party in Lagos State, Pastor Dayo Ekong, had officially defected from the party to the Nigerian Democratic Congress. That's Seriake Dixon's party. Well, quote and unquote, he is regarded as the national leader of the party, being the highest elected ranking person there. And she has been accorded the position of National Vice Chairman of the NDC for the Southwest. So the big question on the minds of a lot of people is, if the Obedient Movement has left the Labour Party, some to the majority of them to the ADC, then does it mean that the Labour Party is perceived or seen as toothless without the Obedient Movement? Is it also possible that the Obedient Movement will stay within the ADC, especially when you consider that the ADC is also now fraught in crisis right now? Or will it also shift and move on to another party? It's a lot of questions all interwoven into one. But first, we would kick off this conversation by figuring out what is the status of the Labour Party, a party that won the presidential poll, 3 National Assembly seats, and about 2 State Assembly seats in Lagos. And what state is it right now? Well, my guess this afternoon is, well, we would get to confirm from him if he is still a member of the Labour Party, but we know that just a couple of months ago, he contested for the chairmanship seat of Etiosa local government under Labour Party, and he's with me in the studio, Honorable John Ademola Akonwo. It's good to see you, Honorable John. You know, it's quite interesting. Some would say Akono. Yes, we know it's Akono. Yes, Akano, because
so maybe like is it Omo Igbo or Omo Yoruba?
indeed.
A lot of people contemplate. In fact, when I was in the university, the same thing happened. When I was contesting then in the university days, and a lot of people say, it's Igbo because they just write John Akano. So a lot of people call it John Akano.
Okay.
And they thought I'm Igbo and all of these things. So until later they got to know that this guy is a Yoruba.
Was that a problem during the elections?
During my elections in the university?
No, I mean for the local government, the last one. Were there people who saw you as, okay, maybe this one?
Because the name is now complete.
Okay.
This is now John Ademola Akon.
Okay. Great.
So a lot of people now get to know that I'm Yoruba.
Okay, great. And now let's look at the way things are now. A party defeated the ruling party in Lagos State, and everybody in 2023, and everybody said, hey, see, this party is going places, this party is top notch, and just a few months down the line, the party then looks a bit weakened. Walk us through what has happened between that period and now. What is the status? What has happened to Labour Party, especially here in Lagos State?
Okay, so I would say that what happened to Labour Party is something that has happened to every other party. You call it internal crisis. Now, and if internal crisis is not well managed, it will cause this. It has happened to some parties like that. And if you look at it, even the same ruling party is having the same, they will have the same challenges, but there must be leadership that were able to what? Handle the crisis very well. So some of the things that happens are things that were not properly handled. And that was what caused all of this issue. What happened in 2023 elections was not just an election. It was not just an election. Sorry, I need to go.
Yeah.
Sorry. What happened in 2023 election was not just an election. It was a national awakening where millions of Nigerians, most especially the youth, came out en masse to defend their vote for the right candidates, and make their voice echoed in the nation, and to reshape the governance. They have done that. But because of the internal crisis, we are not being managed well. I think that's what caused the issue.
So what happened at the national level obviously affected the state level?
Yes, it will actually come down. You know, we have three arm of government. We have the federal, the states, and the local. Now, whatever thing that is coming from the federal, it will definitely affect the state, and it will affect the local. If you look at the ruling party now, you see the way they were structuring things. Even when it looks as if they have all the percentage of the number of governors, the higher percentage of the senators, the higher percentage of the reps in the House of Representatives, they are still doing as if the election is not sure for them, and that is exactly what it is. So that thing that happens to Labour Party was just an internal crisis that were not well managed. Every other party faced the same thing. PDP has faced it. Even this ADC that everybody is going into now, have faced it. The same ruling party, which is APC, have faced internal crisis. But when crises are not well managed, it can lead to this.
So whose fault is it that it wasn't well managed?
I would say that I'm not going to shift blame on anyone. Because
are you trying to be political? You're a politician. So you're trying to be political.
It is not an individual thing. It's not an individual thing. It is a politics that is being played in that aspect and not well managed. But let me tell you, the structure of Labour Party was one of the strongest structure that came on board in 2023.
Did that structure help you when you were contesting? Because the crisis had reached a high level.
Yes.
By the time you were contesting for the local government chairmanship position, and you came under the Abure faction. So was that structure still strong enough to help you during the election?
Okay, so during the election, during the local government election, yes, the structure were in place. I want to give a kudos to the person of Pastor Dayo Ekong. Yeah, she's a woman, and a woman like a man. She's a force on her home. She pulled her weight the way she could during that election, and we'll try our best. But you understand how the whole politics played out. It played out. It was a game. It was a game that was played out that they didn't even give any chances.
So were you fighting to the end, or you gave up in the middle? Because
I didn't give up.
So what were you fighting for when you know that there was crisis within the party? The woman that you have now referenced herself admitted that there was no progress, for any political pursuit for a very long time because of the crisis within the party. So what exactly were you fighting for? Or did you even have the team? Because you said she tried her best. You mentioned the chairman.
Yes.
But
yes.
aside that one person, was that structure even strong enough for you to keep fighting today?
I was saying that, like I said initially, that there was strikes, crisis we always beat in every party. So, and they are still trying to resolve whatever the internal crisis that is still going on. A lot of people are saying that, is there still Labour Party? Yes, there's still Labour Party.
Okay, there's still Labour Party.
Still Labour Party, but they are still trying to structure their internal crisis and all that.
Okay.
But it's an internal crisis issue, and I will leave it there.
So are you still a member of Labour Party?
Am I still a member of Labour Party?
Yeah.
I have not declared anywhere else. So I've not declared anywhere else. So,
but you're a part of the obedient movement.
Yeah, part of the obedient movement. Yes, we have obedient movement, and we're looking forward to what is coming next.
The obedient movement has a large section of the obedient movement has moved to the ADCs. You said you've not announced anything, so
I've not announced anything.
So, but something is in the works.
I've not announced anything.
The obedient movement has moved to the ADC.
The same obedient movement have moved to somewhere else.
They've moved to somewhere else.
So you can have obedient movements that have moved to ADC, and you don't know which other aspect another obedient movement are moving into. But I know that largely, many have moved to ADC.
So where's the other place that they've moved to? Is it the NDC?
NDC, you can say obedient movements are there too. The structure.
Is it a political strategy? Is it a political strategy that, okay, let's have some people in ADC, let's also have some
I cannot answer that particular aspect of the question, in the sense that everybody can decide to go to any party you want to go to when you believe that, okay, as a leader, this is where your leadership can be valued. So Dr. Dayo Ekong is moving to ADC, Abi?
NDC.
NDC. It can be that she look at it that is where her leadership value, because she's a movement on her own. She's a force on her own. So it can be like that is where she can exhibit her own leadership brand. That is where the leadership role can be valued.
Interesting. For those who are just tuning in, this is the follow-up on Adami Mogo 93.1 FM, and I have been speaking to Honorable John Ademolako. We have been looking in the past few minutes, I think about 15 minutes a day, about at the status of the Labour Party in Lagos State. Is it alive? Is it dead? Quote and unquote. Is it a party to still beat? what exactly is happening. We've also been looking at the obedient movement and the political strategy ahead of 2027. Let's tell you that we're streaming live on Facebook. You can go to Facebook at Adami Mogo 93.1 FM. You can also check us out on YouTube at Adami Mogo 93.1 FM, and make sure that you drop your comment. Please drop your comments, drop your questions, and let's get this conversation rolling some more. So, Mr. Honorable John, quite an interesting mix. Some to the ADC, some to the NDC, some still in the Labour Party. But when you look at the Labour Party and the crisis, some people would ask the question: if Peter Obi, a man who wants to be the president of Nigeria, cannot help to manage the crisis within the Labour Party, a party that obviously could have strengthened, if he had stayed within that party, then why should we follow him to any other party or continue to think that he is in the best position to be president of Nigeria, especially a multi-complex state like Nigeria?
Okay, so I think in that aspect, because we are not Obi. Peter Obi must have seen something that makes him to leave. And I can't speak for him, except he's here to speak for himself. And I think he has been going around to speak for himself on this aspect. Why did he leave Labour Party? But seriously, on this matter, I can't speak because I am not Peter Obi.
Yeah, but you believe the man.
I'm part of the movement.
So why do you believe the man? Why do you believe the man?
Yeah, because he has a track record and he is the man of the people. People love him. Nigerians want him. Nigerians.
How do you know Nigerians want him?
Yes.
He
could see it everywhere.
He pulled just about
no, you
6
could see it everywhere.
He pulled just about 6.1 million.
I was privileged of that. I was privileged of that particular, let me call it grace, because when I came out as local government chairman in Etiosa, I see how a lot of people, because of that obedient movement, everybody say, no, we want to follow you.
But that followership being transformed to a win for you.
Yeah, it didn't, because you understand how local government election is being played out. If you look at me that time when I was at New Central, I said it that as long as local government election is being left in the hand of all these sec. Either like sec, Kidikon sec, or your sec, everything sec. A local government election will always be like that. It cannot be like the national election. It cannot be. Like the national election now, people comes to vote their own person. And there's going to be a system on ground that people can fight and defend their votes, unlike the local government election. And that is why I appealed to the federal government. Then I told them that if they could remove local government election from all this sec, and take it to the federal level, let the federal level be able to handle INEC, handle the election, there was going to be a lot of pure transparency.
Do you have ultimate trust in the credibility of INEC to conduct free and fair elections in Nigeria?
Yes, there is still at which there are levels. There are level at which this let me not say rigging, manipulations. There's a level at which it can go, because for every polling unit, you see everybody standing. You see all the nation is being shut down entirely. Everybody is voting on that very day. It's not like on the voting days, nobody is coming out. People are coming out to defend their votes. And everybody will be there. You see that the monitor and the people who are monitoring the electoral, both from Nigeria, outside Nigeria, people's eyes are on the results. People are there to fight for their life on that very day, to say, no, this is my candidate that win. Unlike the local government election, some people on that day of the election, everybody were going about doing their things,
Playing football on the streets.
Yeah, playing football on the streets. Do you understand me? And local government election is one of the critical ones that people should look into. That is the grassroots of the politics. The grassroots of the politics is the local government, and that is where the game is being played. That is where everybody comes down for, after 4 years, they come back to them and give them rice. Or give them 2 cups of rice, give them gari, and manipulate them again for the next 4 years. Give them a hope that is not visible.
Before we switch the conversation to talk a bit about local government administration as well, the crisis within the Labour Party and the one that we are seeing play out within the ADC right now, do you think it was manufactured or exploited by people who do not want certain people to get the tickets or be on the ballot?
Okay, so that thing that is happening is politics, and politics can be played in any way. How well I know how to play my politics to win the election is different from how well you can do your own. That is a game, and whoever is playing the game strategically and master the act of playing the game, you play the game back. So there's a game being played around that, and if they are not smart enough to play their home game back, they will be at the lost end.
So are you implying that those who have not won or who are not benefiting from the crisis playing out right now are not playing the game strategically?
I'm not saying that they are not playing it strategically.
It's a game of strategy.
So it's a game of strategy. What I'm saying is that if the other person have upper hand in playing the game, it's a game.
So at this point, it looks like somebody somewhere has the upper hand.
If that is a game,
but you can't tell if it was manufactured.
I can't tell if it was manufactured.
And you think APC is the party that is having the upper hand in this game, or you think there's somebody else?
You never can tell that APC is having hand in this game because you were not there and you have not seen, and that you have not caught somebody from the APC.
No, but several people have said, hey, it's the APC. Even the ADC has pointed fingers at the APC.
Politics is a game. You play it. While you're playing it, you master your own strategy. So they've mastered their strategies and using the strategy. So you have to look for a way. There's in politics we have plan A, plan B, plan C, plan D to EF, and as long as it can. So when this politics is being played this way, you follow another way to make sure that you are standing out. But if you can't do that, that means that they've gotten you.
Do you think they've gotten the obedient movement?
They've not gotten the obedient movement. Obedient movement is a movement that people are not capitalizing on material things. People are ready to they just want. Obedient movement is all about wanting a change. Now, I'm not going to say that there are bad people in every other party. There are good people in APC. There are bad people in APC. There are good people in Labour. There are bad people in Labour. There are good people in obedient movement and there are bad people in obedient movement. Do you understand me? So politics is an interest of having the interest of the people, and also it's a personal interest. How well you can play it and win the game lies with you.
All right, let's tell you that you can now join the conversation on the follow-up right now with I've been speaking to Honorable John Ademola Akoro, former chairmanship candidate under the Labour Party for Etiosa local government. We've been talking about the obedient movement as well as the Labour Party in Lagos State. He says he has not declared for any other political party, so we would like to assume that he is still a member of the Labour Party. Is that it?
I have said it that I have not.
Have you resigned your membership of the Labour Party?
No, I have not resigned.
So you're still a member of the Labour Party?
Yes.
All right. So you had it from him. 0805 5888 193. 0805 5888 193 or 0805 5888 192. That is the number to call to be a part of the show. And don't forget, we're still streaming on Facebook as well as on YouTube. All right, so let's also look at the other angle to this. You're still in the Labour Party, but then you've also said that some people have moved to the ADC, some are moving to other parts. You're yet to decide, but is it something that you're giving consideration to, or you intend to still remain in the Labour Party for a longer period?
Presently, now I've not made my mind for anything. I'm still watching.
You're watching, but some people who hear you say you're watching would be wondering, so why haven't you just decided to stay so that you can help to rebuild the party?
So that is left within me. I'm watching.
Is that an option?
I've not made my final decision now.
Do you think it's a very difficult task to settle the issues within the Labour Party?
Yeah, I just believe that any crisis can be settled. It depends on whoever is taking up that responsibility, and it depends on the leadership, the leader. I'm not saying the leadership are bad, but they can still work around it. But anything is still possible.
Okay, so as we edge towards 2027, the primary elections will take place within this month and next, and there's been a lot of back and forth, over who will get what, who will get the ticket. Is this ticket even a possibility because of some of the legal contentious issues, at play? And some people are saying that if Peter Obi doesn't get a ticket in the ADC, that is probably going to move on to another party. You've hinted earlier that some people are moving to another party. Do you suspect, or do you feel that it would most likely move if it doesn't get a ticket of the ADC?
And so if you look at what happened before during the 2023 election, he moved from
the PDP
to Labour Party. So there is no stagnancy in politics, and one of the things that I know that is constant in politics is movement. So whether he's going to move, if they are not giving him the ticket in the ADC to another party, that is left between him and him, that is left to him. Do you understand me? So, but one thing I want to say is that in politics there is always ability for people to move.
If you sit next to him, and what will you tell him if he doesn't get a ticket of the ADC?
If he doesn't get the ticket
of the ADC?
Of the ADC?
Yes. Would you tell him to stay, or would you tell him to move on to another party?
He would decide his own choice.
Let's assume.
No. It's the man to decide whether he's moving or he's staying.
Let's assume you're in a position to advise him. He comes to consult you. What will you tell him?
No. I only advise him and tell him that, or ask him a question that what is the next movement, and he will decide on whatever things he wants to do.
But then he wants your advice.
He wants my advice. No, as somebody who is at that particular position, and he knows what he wants to do by himself.
So he doesn't need to take anybody's advice.
He will take advice, but he will act on his own.
So the final decision is up to him.
It's up to him.
It's not even
whether he's moving or he's not moving.
It's not even up to the other people who have sacrificed a lot to be part of that.
They are still ready for him. And if it's decide to say, okay, he's not going again, a lot of people will be disappointed.
So he has to go. You think he has to?
That's why I say there is not in politics. In politics, movement is a constant thing.
Movement is a constant thing. All right. I know some people are trying to call 0805 5888 193 0805 5888 193. You could also go to Facebook and make sure that you drop a comment there. All right, Honorable Akon, let's talk a bit about local government administration. Basically the subnationals in Nigeria. In the past few days, we've seen Mr. President come out and say, come on, you're putting a lot of heat on me. Why not shift that same energy to local government and also to state government, because they are earning more money? Do you think that the president is being genuine in making that sort of assertion, or do you think it's just attempting to shift the goalpost? But before you give a response. Let's take this reaction. Hello, good afternoon. Okay, I have no idea what you're talking about, but, but please, you can keep trying to 55888 193. This is the follow up back and better. Yeah, I know a lot of you are still wondering, is it the same follow up we listened to at 10 o'clock? Yes, it is. We're back to, we're now at 4 p.m. So there are no mistakes at all. It is still the same follow up. So, yes, to my question.
I'm with you.
Yeah, but I'll just recap again. I was saying that the president has said we should ask the local governments and the states, questions because they are getting more money. And I was asking if you think that the president's concern is genuine, or you just think it's a tactical decision or a tactical statement to shift the goalpost from him.
I don't think that thing that the president did is to shift. What did he say?
Yes, I mean shift the goalpost or the shift the responsibilities.
No. He's trying to. What Mr. President is trying to do is, because when politics is being played, this politics starts from the grassroots, and from the grassroots is at the local level. Now, many things that need to be done supposed to start when the people feel the heat. Or the efficacy of the government is from the grassroots. And a lot of the local governments chairpersons always complain that states did not release fund for them, and that is why I believe that thing that Mr. President did, it was a brilliant idea, so that you can hold whoever is not delivering in his local government responsible.
Okay.
So it's a brilliant idea, and I don't think he wants to shift the goalposts.
But
he just wants people to be responsible. Let us see. Okay, a lot of people are saying that. Okay, the local chairmen are saying that they have not received money from the state government. Now, if the money is coming directly to them, let's now see what you can do. Now, we have a lot of cases. When I contested for Etiosa local government, I pointed out 3 strategic locations where we always have flood issues.
Okay.
And this place, I believe, it should be number 1 priority of any local government chairman coming in, should be number 1 on your list.
Okay.
When we talk about Agogi,
okay,
Agogi,
I know
down
Agogi.
to Ajiron. That place need to be fixed. Kusela, any little drop of water, rain, any little rain that fell like this, you see the whole place is messed up. And these are the work of the local government. A lot of things that need to be done, but these are primary reasons why people want to say, okay, you have done well. But when this fund comes, whatever the fund is being used for, now need to be accountable. Now, these people need to be accountable to be people, and people need to demand accountability from every local chairman. What are you doing? What have you done in this place? What have you done with the money that the government is sending? I think Mr. President, he did a very brilliant thing for asking that the funds should come directly to the local government, so that people, instead of people shouting that, okay, we don't have water, we don't have light, we don't have street lights, no security, no local security guiding our environment, we have flood in this area, the drainage in these areas are nowhere cleaned, are nowhere maintained. Now let the people now hold everyone responsible. I see this guy now, what he's doing, Scott. You can see what Scott is doing. Is dragging presently people and local government chairmen, demanding for accountability, and that is exactly what the citizens should do.
All right, it's just a local government. You have a Princess Adetoro who is in charge. What is your assessment of her in the past 10 months?
Yes.
What's your assessment of how she has fared in the last 9 to 10 months?
Though we've not get to meet, and The assessment, like those two things I mentioned, I've not seen anything happening there.
So if you had to rank her from A to perhaps
I don't need to rank her. The people will do.
okay.
The people.
But you're a member of the opposition. Do you equally have a responsibility to help the people hold her accountable?
Yes, I can give an advice. Do you understand? I can give an advice if I'm called on, and I have a lot of plans and strategies. What I actually want to do. Politics is not a personal interest; it's the interest of the people. Now, when you have the interest of the people at heart, I can give an advice and say, okay, we can do this, we can do this. This is what I have in my plan that I want to do for Etiosa. We can have that. But with the things that I've seen, I'm not going to rate anybody, but let the people of Etiosa do.
Okay, well, let's now hope that the people would be able to do what they have to do, and we would be able to provide a platform, for them to be able to hold the local government administrators responsible. 0805 588 192, 0805 588 193, 0805 588 193. I have Honorable John Ademolako with me in the studios, and we're waiting for you to drop your comments at this point. Okay, we've got just roughly about 4 minutes left until we wrap up the show this particular evening. But let's quickly look at things at the national level. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has just a couple of, he has about a year left on his first term. Is obviously going to be seeking a second term. You belong to the obedient movement, but as a Nigerian, what is your perspective? How do you think is leading Nigeria on the right path?
Okay, so I think he's doing his best, but his best is not enough.
Okay.
And I think that is the reason why he's seeking for another 4 years. But in some areas, I've seen that in the area of infrastructure, like some things I've seen, he has done the little he could do, but he could do more. He can do more better. And that is the reason why it's look as everybody wants Peter Obi. That they just want to give him that one chance. Let him see what he can do.
What will Peter Obi? What do you think that Peter Obi would most likely do differently from President?
He has a
Bola
track
Ahmed?
record, and I've been privileged to have
Followers of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu will tell you that he has a track record that is called Lagos.
Yes. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has a track
so
record.
what's the track record in Anambra of Peter Obi that is better or that beats that of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in Lagos?
There are a lot of things they say they did in Anambra State also. Both of them has good track record. Do you understand me? But now Nigerians, this is now based to Nigerians. Nigerians are clamoring for a change of governance. They know that, okay, you've promised us a renewed hope, and that hope, and that hope, Nigeria are anticipating to see more than what we have seen now. Okay, you promise us light. Okay, you promise us 24 hours light, and now we are having issue with lights. Generally, you yourself can testify to it. Yeah? And the fuel that was, how much was it around that time? I think about 600 or 500 naira.
You mean before the removal of subsidy?
Before the removal of subsidy. And now we are about 1,255 naira, which is not actually, people up there can maintain their standard of living, but what happened to the people at the grassroots? Because sometimes when I drive out and I see the way people live, and I see the way how would some people who are just managing, who have a car and just managing their car, some of them have parked their car, and cost of transportation have increased. All of these things have affected every area of the system in the country. So I believe people just want another taste of the government the government.
So in your opinion, you think that Peter Obi will probably not remove fuel subsidy if he was made president?
He will do. He said he's going to do that. He said he's going to do same.
So what do you think he would have done differently?
So what people were thinking is that they just want another taste of the government. Let's say, okay, Peter Obi is saying that he will do this, he will do that. Okay, let's even give him that chance. That is what people say, because I have seen that sometimes I'll be on some platform when a lot of Nigerians will be commenting, and they will be sending their comment and said, let's even give this Peter Obi 4 years. Let's see what he can do.
How do you think it will be easy for Peter Obi to do some of the things that
he has said?
Yes, considering that he would have to pass through the National Assembly. And even though he had, a large follow, support in the 2023 elections,
he can't decide
he still
on
didn't
his
get a majority.
Yeah, he can't decide on his own, right? But as a leader, sometimes you are the number one person. Like President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the number one person. He has the final say. Look at when the former President Olusegun Obasanjo was there. I heard that there were things that will be bring to his table. He will take it, he will welcome it. He will decide on what next. What's the next movement? So I don't believe that, okay, because there are people that will have to determine what happened. But he still have the final say.
All right, we have to go right now. Thank you very much, Honorable John Ademola Akoho, for being a part of the follow-up. It's basically our first episode this year after a very, very long time, over a year ago. So it's good to have you be the curtain raiser, do the curtain raiser for us. But in just 10 seconds. As we go into 2027, you're a young person.
Yes.
We saw how a lot of young people came out in 2023 for the elections on election day. If you had the opportunity to speak to a young person right now about the 2027 elections, what would you ask them to do?
Okay, so my advice to every young person is that we should come out again. We should not give up. We should renew our energy like we've done in the year 2023. Because it was the mindset of the young people that came out and said we want a different governance, and that was what brought a change in so many areas. We have in the case of Labour Party governor, which is Alex Oti, he's doing a great thing in Abia State, and we have in the person of Governor Adeleke.
In Osun State.
He's
under a court party.
So what I was saying before was that this is not a party thing. Sometimes we might be looking at it as a party thing, but sometimes it's not a party thing, because we still have some people who are in APC that are doing excellently well in their state. Do you understand?
Is Governor Sanwo-Olu doing well? Is Governor Sanwo-Olu doing well?
Sanwo-Olu is a man of the people.
Is he doing well?
He's trying his best.
Yes.
So
he deserved that second term win.
He's not going again now. This is
I'm referring to the last election.
Yes. He has done well.
As against your party's candidate, Balogun Road survivor at the time.
Balogun came in during his second term.
Yeah.
Do you understand me? But I will not say Balogun will not do more than what he has done, or he has his own strategies of coming into the governor. But Governor Sanwo-Olu, among all the governors I have known that have ruled in Lagos State, he has shown himself as a man of the people. Because I see him, he goes to different places, see what is happening around and all that. And I've had a case whereby there was an issue that happened on Etiosaye. Then I've not even had opportunity that I'm going to contest for Etiosa local government. And I said something online. I said there was no lights on Freedom Way down to almost Aja. And I tweeted on this thing and said, no one comment on Instagram page. And I commented and I tagged him that there's no light in this thing, what is happening. I discovered that the next day, there was light everywhere. So that means he's seeing, but he might not. It sees and he acts. So a lot of things that have happened in Lagos too, he has done his best. But that best can be what? Can be improved on and can give chance to another person.
Definitely, we would have more time to talk about this on either on the follow-up or any of our other programs. Thank you very much, Honorable John, for coming around.
It's a pleasure being here.
I have been speaking to Honorable John Ademola Akon, chairmanship candidate of the Labour Party for Etiosa local government in the last elections. The follow-up will definitely be back tomorrow at 4 p.m. So if you did not prepare for today, then you should get ready for the conversation tomorrow. Don't forget, you can also go back to watch this episode again on Facebook at Adamimogo 931 FM as well as on YouTube. Enjoy the rest of your evening.